the fixed income space, in particular treasury bills, where the yield curve is getting a little bit sluggish. Of course, we're looking at top end of a single digit since the week started. But let's get a bit of more analysis behind the FI and the FX market. From Zcrest Capital is Ulisa Eloka Namdi, who is joining us from FMDQ Exchange Place in downtown Lagos. Thank you, Namdi. Good morning.
Good morning, boss, and thank you.
Yeah, I see a lot of trading activities, and I'm sure you see these as well. What is the playbook here for the yield curve that we're seeing on treasury bills at the moment? Looks like this gentle lowering of the yield curve is here to stay. I think we have a bit of a audio issue there, trying to reconnect Nnamdi Olisaeloka, fixed income and currencies analyst at Zcrest Capital. Yesterday, the market to the north of, but close to 200 billion naira at the FMDQ Securities Exchange, PLC, in terms of treasury bills, nearly 600 transactions for the second trading day, and we saw a single digit 9.75% as a discount high on bills maturing 5th of September this year, and also treasury bills maturing 19th of September at 9.8%. These are some of the two of the most actively traded treasury bills on Tuesday. So Nnamdi is trying to put some perspectives into this for us, getting us to get a sense of what's the playbook for the fixed income and the FX place right now. Nnamdi, I'm sure we have you back on a clean audio feed for this conversation. Let's get back to your comments there earlier. Our apologies, please. Have you back on a clean audio feed for this conversation. Let's get back to your comments there earlier. Our apologies. Okay, I guess we lost that. Let's take you through again. If you look at, that's the treasury bills, and of course talk about the Naira bond. Not a very bad day as well, a bit of a decent double-digit 12.5 billion naira for the Naira bond market. It's been a very swell time for investors in Nigeria's Naira papers, both treasury bills and Naira bonds. We've seen more than 200 basis points decline in the yield curve since we started 2019, in the first 6 months of the year to be precise. Since late 2017, the Buhari's administration says it's looking to reduce the cost that the government pays for borrowings at the securities marketplace. And that seems to be working. What the Ministry of Finance, the Central Bank, and the debt office says they want to achieve is a single yield curve, which will help the government cut down on costs, allow private sector to come into the marketplace. That has also been playing out with increased flotation of private sector commercial papers, bonds, and what have you, including those for climate, what we call green bonds. So it's been a very interesting time. But again, folks believe the yield curve is still very positive for Nigeria's debt papers, Naira debt papers. That's it. Nnamdi, I understand we have you back on the block. Let's see if we can get some 2 minutes together into this conversation. Oh, okay. I love this. Temple, you're just coming through here. I appreciate that. We lost the contact with Nnamdi Olisaeloka at FMDQ Exchange Place. So Temple, let's talk about some of the stories in our news box coming through from some of the listed companies. We chatted earlier at the beginning of the program a little bit about corn oil announcing its dividend, final cash dividend of 2 naira per share. But of course, we're seeing more information from the exchange, from some of the companies that are struggling, such as GoldLink Insurance, saying reporting about late filing of 2018, saying this was all due to the insurance sector, NICOM's regulatory issues there. How much of this news in the box do you have for us, Tempo? Can you flesh it up on this?
Well, you talk about GoldLink Insurance. GoldLink is the one company that has had the intervention of the regulators, NICOM, for a while. It's got representation on the board. and management of that company so they can bring back some kind of stability. That's for Gold Link Insurance. However, I think the corn oil numbers or the corn oil the dividend declaration is something that some investors and traders will be watching so they can take advantage of, given the announcement of that dividend, which came in basically last week or thereabouts. Again, coming off the suspension that the stock exchange placed on them sometimes earlier in the month. That's some kind of a plus for corn oil, even though yesterday we know that it was down in share price by some 9% plus yesterday to some 19 naira. This is a company, that is basically one to actually watch to really bet on when it comes to energy stocks here in the market. If you look at the numbers for 2018, which was declared shortly before the suspension placed by stock exchange was removed, it's a bit positive rather. It looks like corn oil is now beginning to make some kind of positive performance. We noticed that in their top line, it came in at 20 billion compared to 122 billion rather, compared to 115 billion naira in the preceding year. That represents some kind of 5.8% increase on the performance. In terms of the profit before tax too, things are looking good now. It's 2.56 billion naira they declared for the year 2018. And of course, when you compare that to what they had in the preceding calendar year, which is just 2.3 billion naira, it tells you that this company is trying to actually stay afloat. And, looks like the storm is over for them. The profit after tax, which is the bottom line, is also very, very good. And it looks like it is from that they will be making the payments of this dividend, which has been proposed. So the investors will be watching this space, see how things pan out for them ahead of the AGM, which is to hold in Akwa Ibom State sometimes in August. That will be later in August. And the fact that the 23rd of August has actually been declared as the date for the payment of this dividend the next month, August, Bosun.
Yes, what a very nice way to do it. The shareholders meeting on the 22nd and the payment of a dividend the next day, which is Friday, the 23rd of August, according to notice filed with the Nigerian Stock Exchange by Corn Oil PLC. Of course, the closure date, everyone knows, is between August 5 and August the 9th. But let's get back to the Gold Link insurance story. This is one insurance company that came as one of the new generation insurers some years ago, but now it's been under regulatory oversight. Now, NICOM have his fingers in the insurance. It's like it's an insurance company under management, as it were, regulatory management. Right now, trying to clean up the books, try to do some share restructuring or share buyback program. A few years ago, we're not sure that really worked out as much. So if you look at the insurance sector, this is one company that doesn't seem to have benefited from the recent inflows of foreign players like Allianz and others who have changed their names. They've gotten new special investors, if you want to put it that way, core investors, whatever, into it, and moving into a brand new frontier that we're all looking at for insurance here. Now, Gold Link will have to recapitalize based on the recent regulators' directive, isn't it? One way or the other, or get consumed by another company.
Correct. One of the insurance companies with systemic issues, actually, if you like. But I think the recapitalization, Gold Link is one of the companies that will really benefit from the recapitalization exercise, because again, it will open them up for some key investors that will want to take some stakes in this particular company. Thankfully, it is not going to be only Gold Link. Of course, a whole lot of other insurance companies will be experiencing the same thing. That which also explains the reason why in recent times we've been seeing some kind of serious activities around a lot of the insurance companies. You saw the likes of LASACO, the likes of CHI PLC, that's Consolidated Hallmark Insurance PLC, and a whole lot of them basically in recent times have been experiencing some key activities. SACO Insurance was on offer this morning. We saw that, on the portal of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Tells you that some investors are quickly taking advantage in a way, by way of speculations, so that when the core investors that will want to take stake in these companies come on board. They will be the major beneficiaries on time, early beneficiaries, if you like to put it that way, Bosun.
Okay, very interesting. I'm sure it's the start of the new trading day. It's still early hours here. It's the early trade. So thank you so much, Temple Ashaju. You have some time later in the afternoon to share your thoughts on the trading day so far on our afternoon show, Business Incorporated with Chimeze Obiwagu. Thank you so much. Stay back, stay down, step down a little bit, and have a bit of a breather. After lunch, that's when Temple will be back to you live from the Stock Exchange trading floor. Okay, I'll see you again tomorrow, Thursday, everyone. Let's meet together then and continue the conversation from here.